It is Sunday night, treats and cheats here at the Hannock House, and I didn't think I was even going to be able to do this for you tonight. Unfortunately, I am sitting on a stool because I spent the afternoon in the emergency room. I don't know what's going on with my left foot, but I woke up and it was kind of giant-sized and white and cold, and it made me a little bit nervous, so I spent the afternoon in the emergency room. But everything's fine right now. I don't have any stress fractures or any obvious strains, but they think I might be headed towards that way. So I'm off my feet. I'm on a stool right now. And I came home, and this is the perfect kind of night where you open the fridge and go, what leftovers do we have in here from last night? Now, what was last night? Last night I had a big party here. I always do at the end of my challenge groups to celebrate all of the journeys that we've gone through over 60 days. This time it'll be 90 days. And we have a little ceremony. It's such a fun event. We had almost 20 women here last night celebrating how far we've come. And one of the caveats to that evening is that everybody has to bring a healthy snack to share. So I wanted to make sure that I shared with you some of the things that I rolled out at the party last night as my own treats and cheats. We laughed. We said we should have shot it last night when the whole entire island was covered with treats and cheats, but I'm going to bring some of those back in some future shows because we just had some great things come through last night. But these are the things that I wanted to share with you because I know when I have a party to go to or I'm having one myself, I don't have a lot of time to make things because I'm usually, yesterday I was cleaning all day and getting ready for the party and setting up, and I'm someone who doesn't want to fuss around a lot when I'm taking a party recipe somewhere or I'm having one at my house. So you're going to find from me as you watch more of these that I'm somewhat of a dumper. I like to just open bags and cans and throw things in bowls and mix and see what comes out. And that's exactly what today's show is all about. So I have 3 yummy, yummy things that I wanted to highlight today that were hits at the party last night. I'm going to share them with you because they are so super easy, no measuring required, that you can make these in a flash. Before the show starts, so I wanted to show you what that 80-calorie gob situation ended up looking like from last week that I shot. Now this is actually 2 of those 80-calorie cakes put together with the fat-free Cool Whip, and this is actually a 160-calorie gob. We made that with the chocolate cake mix and the canned pumpkin. I brought that back today because I made something else for the party last night that I want to show you. Let's start off with that. I took a spice cake mix this time around. 1 spice cake box, 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin. This is a giant one because I make a lot of pumpkin stuff, but only about 15 ounces, so half of this big can, this box. Throw it in the mixer, and it came out to make the cutest little pumpkin cupcakes that are only 40 calories a piece. The frosting on top is none other than fat-free Cool Whip with one of the little frosting creations. About half of the container with about half of this made enough frosting to cover all these little cupcakes. I made a ton of cupcakes. I think I had about 48 cupcakes out of this box. So again, 1 box, 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin, and half of a can of Cool Whip made these beautiful little pumpkin cupcakes, and they were yummy. Sometimes I add a little extra cinnamon and nutmeg in them just to make them a little more special, and they were totally special. So we're going to have those as dessert tonight when we sit down and have our little leftovers feast. Now, the other thing that we had last night, one of my challengers sent me the most beautiful edible fruit arrangement. It was gorgeous, and we went to town. It felt like it was a never-ending fruit arrangement. We just ate and ate and ate fruit all night. But one of the things I did make to go along with that was that fruit dip I talked to you about last week. I used 1 raspberry yogurt, but I was thinking at the same time it'd be equally good with strawberry or pineapple. And again, half of a fat-free Cool Whip. I whipped that together. These 2 things made a fruit dip, and we enjoyed that all night long with our little fruit kebab. So I wanted to show you the little fruit kebab that we had made. This was just 5 pieces of fruit threaded onto a little bamboo skewer. We actually kind of chopped them in half so they'd be shorter, and I put that out with my yogurt and Cool Whip fruit dip, and it was such a good little party snack. And again, if you've made it yourself, you know that you can enjoy it at the party with no guilt, right? Because you kind of have, usually people that are on a fitness plan or a diet plan are kind of allocating calories ahead of time to know what they can have at that party. So when you make it yourself and you take it, you know exactly how much you should be having. Now this brings me to my favorite recipe of the night. So a friend of mine turned me on to this about 2 years ago. She said, have you ever had cake dip? And I said, no. Just the idea of cake dip sounds, you know, like a deathly calorie trap. You're not going to believe how easy this one is. I love Funfetti cake mix. It's the cutest stuff at Christmas and Easter. It's always themed with colors. This is just plain old Funfetti cake mix. This entire box plus 6 ounces of plain Greek yogurt, not flavored, plain. Usually I buy the ones that are already pre-packaged like this, so it actually is this size. But if you didn't have that, you can measure out 6 ounces with about 3/4 cup. 3/4 cup, 1 cake mix box, and 1 whole fat-free Cool Whip, the whole container. If you throw those 3 ingredients into a mixer, it comes out to make this fluffy, yummy dip that you can see is very scoopy. Okay, so it's not a runny dip, it's kind of thick and pasty. This is only half the recipe. It makes this giant mass of cake dip that you can kind of cut in half. Now, I wanted to figure out the calories on this because everyone's asked me, like, well, what are the calories like? I'm like, well, there's only 3 ingredients in them. When I figured out the ingredients for the entire batch of cake dip, it comes out to be about 2,200 calories. That's those 3 ingredients combined. 6 ounces of yogurt, the Cool Whip, and the cake mix. So for 2,200 calories, you would be able then to decide and portion out how many servings that you wanted to take to a party or how many servings you wanted to eat of it yourself. Of course, that would be different. Like right away, I had to cut the recipe in half. I saved half for us because we really like it, and I saved half for the party. And if I knew there was about 1,100 calories then in this bowl, when Bob and Marissa and I eat this whole entire thing later, I will know that roughly, you know, all 3 of us could have 300 to 400 calories a piece of this, which of course I will not eat, but I could if I wanted to because it is that good. It is like eating cake batter straight out of the bowl, but it's like thick and creamy and it's yummy. And what I wanted to show you some of my favorite dippers to go along with this would be the mini vanilla wafers, and I also stumbled upon these last night, these little Honey Made squares. Now what I have counted out here is the serving size, so you get about 29 of these little things for 130 calories, and you get about 20 of the vanilla wafers for about 140 calories. So if you were just measuring out a tablespoon or 2 of cake dip plus your little dippers at a party, you know, you could bring something that everybody is going to love, because everybody loves this no matter where I've taken it. It's one of our favorite camping treats. I've passed it along to tons of friends who take this to parties all the time, because again, there's no measuring. You just dump it all in a bowl, hit the mixer, and some good stuff comes out. It's also awesome on fruit. So if you don't want to just have carbs and these kinds of these dippers for it, it's just as yummy on fruit. I've also done it with pretzels because it's really tasty on pretzels, that salty sweet thing going on. Bananas, it's good on. I'm trying to think what else I've done with it. The little graham cracker sticks that look like Scooby snacks, those little dog bones, those are cute. Animal crackers, yum. And again, animal crackers is another more low-fat type of cookie. So if you're looking for something fun to take to a party, cake dip is always a huge hit. So I had to highlight those 3 things today, treats and cheats this week. We had a great party last night. We're going to go certainly enjoy some of these now. We're going to watch some TV and relax and put my foot up with some ice and just chill because it was a great weekend. So I hope you find something here that you think, I got to run out and try that. That sounds yum. And that's how you can achieve the Hannick dynamic. I'll see you next week.